Hi, I'm Alex Stones and welcome to Raising the Bar, the Fluid Legal Recruitment podcast. Delighted to be joined by my colleague Emily Watson. And Emily, today we're going to be talking about how law firms can really stand out when it comes to attracting that legal talent, which is especially important in such a competitive and a candidate short market. And I guess really a good place to start, Emily, is actually where the magic first happens, that first interview process. So what advice can we give to our clients around that?
Great point, Alex. And I think we should start by destigmatizing the interview process. Traditionally, that first interview is really a grilling where, it's been super formal, the employer's held all the power, and it's been very much the candidate or the employee vying for their employer's approval. We recommend completely going against that. So deformalising and destructuring the interview, breaking it down, making it real, that's when the magic really happens. You get to make those authentic, genuine connections and actually get to see if it's going to be a good fit. It becomes more conversational. We also recommend to add to that conversational approach, bring in multiple members of the team. Don't keep it just to partners. And then show the candidate around the office. Again, make it real. It doesn't need to be this big power play. The candidate's going to be nervous enough going into the interview, believe us. So get them in the office, tell the firm story.
And I guess our second recommendation to our clients would really be avoiding any delay within the interview process, but also avoiding poor communication around what the position actually entails as well.
Yes, certainly. And that's again where, traditionally we see all of this complex jargon, that power play that's put into that first interview. So again, that goes into the deformalisation. Break it down. Describe the day-to-day of the role without any of the complex jargon. Go into the progression opportunities. Describe the mentorship and know who that person is going to be from the get-go is super important. So just give the candidate a really in-depth understanding about the requirements of the role. You're also going to want to be completely transparent with things like goals and expectations. Otherwise, it can just lead to so much messiness in the long term.
And what about the importance and I guess the differences when you reach that second interview stage? It's often the opportunity for the client to perhaps solidify their position on the candidate when assessing sort of strengths, weaknesses, but also an opportunity, I guess, for the candidate to really understand if this is the firm for them as well.
Yeah, absolutely, Alex. And again, that first interview, it's going to be where all of the big picture stuff happens. That's when you're going to know whether you're interested in the job and whether for the employer, whether they're interested in the candidate. So the second interview, make it a lot more casual. Again, if you can, take it outside of the office or maybe grab a coffee outside of the office and then go for a walk around. Make it more conversational. The other thing that we recommend, especially with our intermediate level candidates, our juniors, naturally it's going to be a little less important to them. There's less power on the candidate, more on the client or the employer. And our big dogs, our senior candidates, they're obviously going to have a lot more knowledge going into the interview anyway. But our intermediates, that's where it's really important to connect with other members in the team because they're going to do the sell for you. Make it easy for you. If you've got great staff and you know you've done a good job retaining your team, let them do the sell because they're going to be the people that have got to be comfortable with that person as well on the day-to-day. So it can be a really good retention strategy too.
So I guess up to this point, we've looked at the process, the interview process specifically. Now we're getting down to the business end. It's time to look at offers, negotiations, and ultimately that client needs to know, are they offering the candidate what the modern candidate is looking for as well?
Yeah, absolutely. And that's been another massive trend we've seen lately. It's been a massive pain point for so many of our clients as there's been these hyperinflated salaries and that war, as you described at the very start, Alex, for retaining that talent, especially with so many Kiwis going overseas, as we know. So again, it's being creative with what the REM package can look like. Yes, it's important to come in with a strong number and you do want to see what you can get to, but there's so many other things that are really important to the modern candidate, whether it's a bit of flexibility, the opportunity for even the ad hoc day working from home, or is there something more hybrid that can be implemented realistically for the role? Even start or finish times can be something that's really, really attractive. Having a 9 o'clock start so that an employee can get to the gym in the morning or go for a run with their dog, maybe that's something that's really important to them. So all of those flexibility things, they don't have to be stretching to the moon and back. There's so much you can do there. The other thing we recommend implementing, and again, so many different ways you can do this, is wellness benefits. So is it potentially a subsidised gym membership? Is it a wellness package or a payout for the candidate to use? There's even subsidised healthcare. There's so many things you can do that, but I think again that's been a conversation we've seen happening, and you can be really, really creative with it. And we've even seen like running classes, or so it doesn't even need to be a massive financial class. Running groups, yoga classes. There's so much you can do. The other thing that's really important, and I think often gets forgotten, is technology. So you want to know that you're going to be working, you're going to be well resourced, you're going to have an efficient program behind you. So what is the current tech and what plans are there to improve tech in the future? And then even just again, going back, breaking it down, being completely transparent. What does the progression look like? What goals do you need to achieve? What are some examples, I think? Telling those anecdotes of people who have found success and who have gone through those progression pathways is really, really helpful as well. So there's so much you can do, and it's just important to think about it. How can you be creative with that package?
Absolutely. And I guess finally, a bit of vested self-interest here, and I guess the importance for firms to partner with a recruiter who not just understands the firm, the culture, what they're looking for, but also ultimately who can deliver and provide good candidates.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's another misconception, I think, about recruitment professionals, is that we work with everyone in the market. That is certainly not how our business works, and I don't think it's how the modern recruiter works either. So we, in our own business, we implement an 80-20 rule. So that means 80% of the market, that's our sourcing pool, and we only work with 20% of the market. So we really get to partner with our clients. We get to know who they like in a candidate, who's important in terms of aligning with their values, with their goals, with their vision as a business as a whole. And we also just get in our office, working an inch wide and a mile deep. So it really is that quality partnership that you're looking for when working with a talent sourcing network or recruitment professional.
Thanks for that, Emily. Some great points. And if anything that myself and Emily has said resonates with you, if you are a client, like we said, it is an extremely competitive market at the moment, please do reach out. We can certainly give you some hints and tips around attracting the top talent in the New Zealand legal market.